In the last class, we have introduced the main important topic, that is Laplace transforms, where we have discussed the introduction of the topic as well as the properties as linear property and the sufficient conditions for the existence of Laplace transform. So where described, the conditions are piecewise continuous and of exponential order. If any function is defined for all positive values of t is piecewise continuous and of exponential order, so then its Laplace transform can be determined, right? So that we have seen in the last class. Now let's do some of the functions, standard functions and their Laplace transforms. Okay, so here I would like to revise the definition of the Laplace transform. How we can define the Laplace transform for any function ft. Laplace transform of ft is equal to f bar s, which is denoted by and defined by integral 0 to infinity e power minus st ft dt, right? Where capital L is the Laplace transform operator, which transforms the function ft into f bar s. So hence f bar s we can call it as the Laplace transform of ft, and inverse transform operator L inverse, which transforms the function f bar s into ft. So hence ft we can also call the inverse Laplace transform of function ft. Okay, f bar s, f bar s. So that we can define the Laplace transform of any function ft as integral 0 to infinity e power minus st ft dt. So where ft is of piecewise continuous and of exponential order, so then its Laplace transform exists. That means its integral exists. Provided this existence of the integral, we can say the Laplace transform of ft is equal to f bar s. So where s is the parameter that may be a real or complex constant, right? Okay, now let's see the Laplace transforms of standard functions. Laplace transform of standard functions. Standard functions. Let's consider that, say, number one, say if ft is equal to, say, 1 constant, given function ft is equal to 1 for all t. So how it can be determined? The Laplace transform of 1 is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus st 1 into dt, right? Is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus st into dt, that is equal to e power minus st by minus s, limits from 0 to infinity. So you can say, so the function is of exponential order, so therefore upper limit will be getting 0 and the lower limit minus of putting s t is equal to 0, it will giving you minus of minus plus 1 by s, that is equal to f bar s, right? So hence we write it as Laplace transform of 1 is equal to 1 by s. This is Laplace transform of 1 is equal to 1 by s. So hence we can write it in the same way, Laplace transform of some constant k is equal to. So by applying the linearity property, so we can write it as k into Laplace transform of 1 is equal to k into 1 by s or k by s, right? So like that also we can determine any Laplace transform of the function. Number two, if Laplace transform given function, say, if ft is equal to e power at, any function t where t is greater than 0. Okay, so in such case, so what we will do to find out the Laplace transform of the function, we're clear the function is piecewise continuous and of exponential order. So hence the Laplace transform of e power at is equal to, by definition, which is defined by integral 0 to infinity e power minus st ft dt. Ft dt, where ft is what? What is ft?
E power at.
Right. So therefore e power minus s into t into e power a into t, where a is any constant. A is any constant, that may be a real or complex, whatever it is. So that is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power a minus s into t dt, right? A is constant and minus s is also a constant, a parameter, that may be a real or complex constant. A minus s we can write. So that is equal to, which will be of the value. Can anybody tell that, or the integration of that? A minus s into t divided by
A minus s.
a minus s, right? The limits from 0 to infinity. That is equal to e power upper limit value. What is the upper limit value? That means limit t tends to infinity e power a minus s into t minus the t is equal to 0, 1 by a minus s, right? So because it is of exponential order, so that will go into 0. This value will go to 0, right?
Why, sir? It depends upon a and s, I think.
So this will be any constant, this will go 0. It is of exponential order. You maybe calculate that exponential order. It will go to 0, right? Into minus a by s, that is equal to 1 by a minus s minus a.
Sir,
Tell me.
what if a is greater than s?
What is? A is greater than?
S.
That whatever it may be, that we can write it as e power at into e power minus st. That e power minus st go in the denominator. You can apply L'Hospital rule anytime. So it will go to give you the value. It will be finite. Okay. So and then another one which you can write it, where Laplace transform of function if ft is equal to t or t power n. T or t power n, right? Whereas f of t is equal to t power n, where maybe n is equal to 1 or whatever it may be. So here one should go to apply the some special function. Students, hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Here
sir.
Yeah, let us calculate the Laplace transform of t power n. So we can easily to get it where the needed tool we can apply. That by definition of the Laplace transform of t power n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus st into t power n into dt, right? So how we can apply this one? How we can do it? So it is very clear. It is the Euler improper integral of third kind, right? So we can solve this one by putting st is equal to x. For our convenience, just I am putting here st is equal to s, the x. Okay. So that implies t is equal to 1 by s into x, or dt is equal to 1 by s into dx. What are the limits? When t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. When t tends to infinity, x also tends to infinity. So therefore that integral will become, there is no change in the limits, e power minus x, what is t?
X by s.
Yeah, e power n into dt is dx by
Dx by s.
That is equal to 1 by s power n plus 1 integral 0 to infinity e power minus x power n dx. Can anybody say what is this? I hope you can understood very clear. 1 by s power n plus 1 into what is this?
Something was sine, something that was.
Gamma n, sir.
Yeah, gamma function.
So gamma n plus.
Gamma n plus 1. You know the gamma function. Defined by gamma n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x into
N minus 1.
Right? And I would like to remind the properties also. Gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n, that is equal to n factorial if n is integer, right? Otherwise it can extend recursively n into gamma n, like, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Gamma n plus 1 is equal to n factorial if n is an integer. Otherwise it is to apply n into gamma n, right? So this will be written very clear, plus 1 minus 1, right? So therefore n plus 1 we can right. I will. This is understood, right? So hence gamma n plus 1 Laplace transform of t power n is equal to gamma n plus 1 divided by s power n plus 1. Okay, so here one must be very clear about this gamma n plus 1 writing the value that you write for integer n factorial, For non-integers, you write it n into gamma n. Okay, this is generalized value. Don't put it directly. If gamma t power n is equal to, people generally writes n factorial by n s power n plus 1. That's wrong. Okay, that for only integers it is correct. For non-integers of n, it is not right. So therefore, you have to put it in general as gamma n plus 1 by s power n plus 1. Okay. Now here we can specify when n is equal to 1, Laplace transform of t. What is Laplace transform of t? Gamma 2 by s square, or that is equal to gamma 2 is
1 factorial.
1 factorial by s square. 1 factorial is 1 by s square. Okay. Laplace transform of t is equal to 1 by s square. Similarly, Laplace transform of t square or t cube is equal to gamma 4 by s power 4. Gamma 4 is 3 factorial.
6.
Yeah, 3 factorial by s power 4. Right? Similarly,
Right.
Laplace transform of t power, say 1 by 2. Right? What is Laplace transform of t power 1 by 2?
Gamma 3 by 2.
Gamma 1 by 2 plus 1.
Right? S power 1 by 2 plus 1. Right?
Right.
That is here gamma n plus 1 form. Here we cannot write n factorial. Gamma
Yes.
n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n. So where n is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into gamma 1 by 2.
Root pi.
Right. S power 3 by 2. That is equal to root pi by 2 times s power 3 by 2. Right? This is Laplace transform of t power 1 by 2. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like that, Laplace transform can be Laplace transform of e power minus at is equal to, in place of a there is a negative a, is equal to 1 by s minus of minus a, right? Similarly, similarly we can find out Laplace transform of e power minus at is equal to 1 by s plus a, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we can see another one, which is very easiest one. Now we are finding ft is equal to, say, sin 80 or cos 80, whatever it is. Ft is equal to sin 80 or cos 80. Okay, what will be? A is any constant. A is any constant. In such case, so we can do it that we have Laplace transform of e power 80 is equal to 1 by Laplace transform of e power 80 is equal to
कहाँ चलना है नहीं चलना है काहे नहीं मिलो मैं
right. So we know that Laplace transform of e power 80 is equal to 1 by s minus a. So now where a is any constant, right? A is any constant. Now putting, yeah, right. Here I am just writing, don't confuse this one. B, I am writing B. We know that bt, s minus b. Okay, putting b is equal to, b is any constant, no, right? I'm taking this is a complex number, imaginary number, I into A. Putting just B is equal to I into A, that's all. Therefore, Laplace transform of e power IAT is equal to 1 by S minus I into A, right?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this?
No, sir. No, sir.
Clear? Because
Yes.
B is any constant that we considered an imaginary constant. So therefore, this will be. So hence that LHS will be Laplace transform of e power IAT. We can write it as cos AT plus I into
Sin 80.
sin AT, right, is equal to. So here in the denominator there is an imaginary, so therefore we can rationalize that, multiply and divided by S plus I into A. So therefore it results in you S plus IA divided by S square
Plus A square.
plus A square, right? Or we can separate that imaginary parts, real and imaginary parts, because by applying the linearity property, which will be giving you Laplace transform of cos AT plus I times Laplace transform of sin AT is equal to S by S square plus A square plus I times A by S square plus A square, right? So by comparing the real and imaginary parts, we get Laplace transform of cos AT is equal to S by S square plus A square. Laplace transform of sin AT is equal to
A by S square plus A square.
right, A by S square plus A square. Remember, these are very important. So which we will be using very regularly. Laplace transform of cos AT is equal to S by S square plus A square. Laplace transform of sin AT is equal to A by S square plus A square. Don't confuse. Cos, if it comes, then numerator will be S by S square plus A square. Sin AT, Laplace transform of sin AT, A by S square plus A square. Okay. So in the similar way, you can find out the Laplace transform of if ft is equal to hyperbolic functions, sin HAT or cos HAT. You can derive this one. It is very simple. You may go with that. So where it will be defined as Laplace transform of sin HAT is equal to, can anybody say, A by S
Sir,
square minus A
minus
square.
A square.
Yes. Laplace transform of cos HAT is equal to S by S square minus A square, right? You can derive this one. You can put it sin HAT is equal to sin HX. How we can define in the hyperbolic function, sine function?
Sir, EX minus E power minus X by 2. Sin
So the
HX.
e power AT
AT
minus or minus AT by 2. Sin
Yes.
8, sin HAT. Cos HAT e power AT plus e
Plus
power
E
minus
80 by 2.
divided by 2, right? So, and like that also you can find out the required Laplace transforms of the respective functions.
Sir,
Okay.
can you please write sin HAT and cos HAT?
So okay, take it here. Hyperbolic function, sine function. Sin HAT is equal to e power AT minus e power minus AT by 2. Okay. Cos HAT is equal to e power AT plus e power minus AT by 2. Sin HX, cos HX, that's all. Okay. Right. So now apply the linearity property for the Laplace transform, and individually you can find out e power Laplace transform of e power AT is what is the Laplace transform of e power AT? 1 by S minus A. Laplace transform of e power minus at 1 by s plus a. 1 by 2. You will get it this one. Okay. Any doubt in this? Now we will see problem here, so that we will go to the another section. So find the Laplace transform of e power 2t plus 4t cube minus 2 sin 3t plus 3 cos 3t. Okay.
Find separately and add them.
Yeah, no, not separately and add. So you have to first apply the linearity property of the Laplace transform. So this we can write it is as Laplace transform of e power 2t plus 4 into Laplace transform of t cube minus 2 times Laplace transform of sin 3t, right? Plus 3 times Laplace transform of cos 3t. Okay. Now we can write it. What is Laplace transform? This is a form Laplace transform of e power at 1 by s minus a plus 4 times. What is Laplace transform of t cube? T power n form.
Gamma function of n plus 1.
Gamma n plus 1 by s power n plus 1.
N plus 1.
Minus 2 times Laplace transform of sin at a by s square plus a square. Plus 3 times Laplace transform of cos at s by s square plus a square, right? So you can simplify this, that we will get it. Now find the Laplace transform of
Sir, sin 3t Laplace, sir, is sir in that cos 3t. No problem.
What is the Laplace transform of sin square t? How we can find out this?
2 cos 2t. So we can write 1 minus.
How we can write this? You can write it as Laplace transform of, you write all any functions into the standard forms, where the standard forms are, that may be either in the arithmetic form like e power at, t power n, sin at, cos at, or sin h at or cos h at. These are the only the standard forms. You must write the functions into the standard forms only. Okay. So therefore, there is no direct Laplace transform of sin square t, but you can write it that sin square t into the standard forms. So for that, we will write it sin square t into the another form, 1 minus cos 2t by t, right? Sin square t, 1 minus cos 2t by 2, na?
Sir, 2.
2, 1 by 2, 1 minus cos 2t, right? That is 1 by 2 into Laplace transform of 1 minus Laplace transform of cos 2t, right? That is equal to 1 by 2 into, what is Laplace transform of 1?
1 by s.
1 by s minus Laplace transform of cos 2t.
S upon S
So
plus
s
h square plus a square.
2 square, right? You can put it like, okay. Now suppose Laplace transform of, if they have given the problem, find out Laplace transform of cos cube t. How we can write?
cos t minus. No, I don't remember.
So
That cos cube t you write into the cos t forms. Cos
cos 3t and cos t form.
Right. 1 by 4 times cos 3t plus 3 cos t. Right? This is cos cube t. Now you can go ahead in the same way. Next, find out here Laplace transform of
Sir,
Sin omega t plus alpha. You do it this one. Okay.
sir,
Right. Tell me.
what is the use of that S?
You will see the use. Okay. You will see the use. What you tell me what is the use of this S? What is the use of this S? Is there is any observation for that? What is S there? What is S there? What is S?
Any number, real or imaginary?
Some guy here has been asked me. So please tell me what is S there? What you people are understanding? If you clear about what is S, you can understood very clear. So what is the use of that S? You can easily tell me what is S there.
I don't know.
Bharat Kumar,
Yes, sir.
you tell me what is S?
I don't know, sir. I said I don't know, sir.
What is the definition of the Laplace transform?
Definition is,
To remind what we said that what is S?
sir, we said initially that S is a number, imaginary, or
Parameter.
yeah, parameter.
You remind first listen to carefully. S is any parameter. So we use these Laplace transforms can evaluate the integrals also. Suppose here I am just taking the derivation for the Laplace transform of t power n through the definition. This Laplace transform of t power n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus st t power n dt. Suppose if you want to evaluate the integral 0 to infinity e power minus 5t t power 4. Can you evaluate this integral? How you will evaluate this integral?
Yes, sir. It will be gamma 5 over S power. S is 5. 5
Array.
power 5.
First understand how you will be evaluate this integral. You need to find out the integral of this one, right?
Right, sir.
You have to evaluate. You have to integrate integral by parts, whatever the rules and the solution evaluation processes you have. You have to apply for evaluating this integral, right?
Sir.
But simply using the Laplace transforms, you can write it. This is the Laplace transform of t power 4 with s is equal to 5. I can say that is equal to
N plus
4 factorial by s power 5.
Yes, sir.
With s is equal to 5. That means 5 power 5. This answer is 4 factorial by s 5 power 5. Is there any use of the Laplace transforms or not? Are you found?
Yes, sir. It is. There is a use.
Thank you.
Sir.
To do it the problems. Now, okay, like that you can calculate them. Now we will go to the some special functions. There we seen the standard functions. Now we will listen the special functions, some particular important special functions, Laplace transforms of some special functions. Okay, number one, unit step function. Okay, unit step function. Unit step function is defined by the function denoted by ut minus a or ht minus a, and is defined by ht minus a is equal to 0 where t less than a, 1 where t greater than equal to a. Okay, where a is a greater than 0. Okay, if a is equal to 0, what happens? This is here a is equal to ut. It is denoted by ut ht. That's all. It is just in unit step function. It takes one step. This is t. This is ut minus a. We take it as until t is equal to a. The function is 0. T greater than or equal to a, it takes one unit step. This is one unit step, right? This is unit step function. This usually appears in the Cygnus. Okay, this is the unit step function. Now we will find the Laplace transform of unit step function.
Sir, can we write 1 at place of 0 and 2 at place of 1?
1 at place of 0.
I mean, sir, ut minus a is equal to 1 for t less than a and 2 for t greater than a.
No. No. It starts from 0 to 1 only.
Okay, sir.
0, the function vanishes and function comes into the action. That is on or 1. 0 off, 1 on. Okay, 1 unit only, not no function, 0 function and 1 unit function only. Okay. It is not from constant to constant one step. Ut minus a or Laplace transform of ht minus a is equal to, by definition, integral 0 to infinity e power minus st h t minus a, right, dt. That is equal to integral 0 to a power minus st, where ht minus a is 0 in this interval, plus integral a to infinity e power minus st 1 into d. That is equal to e power minus as by s. Laplace transform of unit step function ht minus a is equal to e power minus as by s. Okay. Right. Next, another function 2. Dirac delta function. Dirac delta. Dirac delta function, or we call it as unit impulse function. Unit impulse function. Okay. We can define it here. Consider the function f epsilon of t is equal to 1 by epsilon, where t is greater than or equal to a, less than or equal to a plus epsilon, 0 otherwise. Right? So what it indicates, you can see it here in a graph. We can understood very clearly. This is t, right? This is f epsilon of t. Now the function is until t is equal to a, it is 0.
Yeah.
Okay, t is equal to a, and t is equal to a plus epsilon. After a plus epsilon also the function is 0, right? Only in the epsilon distance of t, this it has 1 by epsilon. Epsilon usually we used, it is a very small quantity, right?
Yes, sir. 10 power minus 12.
Something, whatever it may be, it is a very small quantity. That means a fraction of time also we can measure. In that some fraction of time, very short time, it has very large amount of quantity, say released or found, whatever it is. That is 1 by epsilon. It has 1 by epsilon, right?
So,
Where can be assumed such kind of behavior? Can anybody say? That is, say, earthquakes, right?
yes, sir.
Earthquakes, thunderstorms, lightning situations. Very fraction of time they releases high quantity of energy. The rest of the time it is 0. Nothing is there. It is a normal. Like such function it is. Okay. This is called the impulse functions usually. Okay. That Dirac delta function is defined as, here I'm writing the definition, the limiting case of the limit of f epsilon of t as epsilon tends to 0. Epsilon tends to 0 is denoted by denoted by usually delta t minus a and is called the Dirac delta function. Or unit impulse function. Okay. Right. This is the definition. Now we can find out its Laplace transform of Dirac delta function. Okay. Now Laplace transform of delta t minus a is denoted by delta t minus a, right? Here you can write it, that is delta t minus a is equal to limiting case, limit epsilon tends to 0 f epsilon of t. Okay, you can write symbolically the Dirac delta function. So therefore its Laplace transform we are writing is equal to Laplace transform of limit epsilon tends to 0 f epsilon of t. That is equal to Laplace transform of because here limit epsilon tends to 0 we can take an outside, not an issue. Limit epsilon tends to 0 Laplace transform of f epsilon of t. You can calculate this one, limit epsilon tends to 0. Now by definition integral 0 to infinity e power minus st f epsilon of t dt, right? That is equal to limit epsilon tends to 0 integral 0 to a e power minus st 0 dt plus integral a to a plus epsilon e power minus st, where it is only 1 by epsilon into dt plus integral a plus epsilon to infinity e power minus st f epsilon of t in this interval is 0 into dt, right? Is equal to limit epsilon tends to 0. This value you can find out, that is, so I hope you can calculate this one. This first and last integral values become 0. The middle integral only, that 1 by epsilon into e power minus st by minus s, limits from a to a plus epsilon, right? Which will give you the quantity I am just writing directly, minus 1 by epsilon s into e power minus as into 1 minus e power minus s into epsilon. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Minus,
Correct, sir.
is right?
No, sir. I
Sir,
think
minus should not come afterwards.
Where here no minus,
Yes, sir, no minus.
this is plus only.
Sir, plus.
yes, sir, it should be plus.
Now,
Sure?
yes.
Plus only, right?
Right, sir.
So therefore, this you can simplify, where that is equal to 1 by epsilon s. That epsilon tends to 0, you have to apply. If you put it epsilon tends to 0, what you will get it here? E power minus
Yes, only.
epsilon into, if you put epsilon tends to 0 in the numerator, it will be e power 0, 1, 1 minus 1, 0, 0 by 0, right?
Yes.
So,
So what we will do?
L'Hospital.
Apply the L'Hospital rule, right?
Correct. So,
So what it will give you by applying the L'Hospital rule and differentiate with respect to epsilon, numerator and denominator. 1, 0, e power minus epsilon s. Derivative is
S
S e power
into e to e raised to power minus epsilon s.
minus s into e power minus times of
Yes, sir. Minus times of minus.
minus e power minus s epsilon by s. So s get cancelled.
1 so total.
1. So,
1
One.
total become 1.
Is equal to
E raised to the minus s.
e power minus as, right? So hence Laplace transform of Dirac delta function delta t minus a is equal to e power minus as, right? Or Laplace transform of delta t is equal to right?
right. So,
Laplace transform of delta t is equal to 1.
right. So,
Thus, the unit function, the unit impulse function delta t is defined as follows. Delta t minus a is equal to infinity where t is equal to a. 0, t is not equal to a, right? Right? That means epsilon tends to 0. Epsilon 0 for the first case. Is it right? Delta t minus a is equal to limit epsilon tends to 0 f epsilon of t. As epsilon tends to 0, this first case, what will happen? T is equal to a. When t is equal to a, 1 by 0 means infinity, otherwise 0. Just this has been input in this definition, right? And limit 0 to infinity delta t minus a, that is a greater than or equal to 0, whatever it is, dt. Can anybody say what is the value?
it will infinity. So,
Think, check it. You, Bharat Kumar, can say very easily.
sir, it will be 0.
No.
Sir, if t is not equal to a, it should be 0, and here it is given a is greater than. Oh no, sir, no.
Not going that much of you just apply the Laplace transform definition. Your Laplace transform of delta t minus a, you know that is e power minus as. What is the Laplace transform of delta t minus a? That means by definition integral 0 to infinity e power minus st delta t minus a is equal to e power minus as. But I need only delta t minus a, no e power minus st. When we can eliminate that e power minus st,
One
putting
s
s is equal to 0.
one s is equal to 0 then.
1. Right? This is very important. Right? So this is unit impulse function. There are some next periodic functions and error functions are there. We will see in the next class. Okay?
Sir.
Any doubt? And one more thing, dear students.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow I have a meeting at 11 to 12. Meeting means that there is a presentation with SDPC and all.